Alright, greetings friends. Here I am talking about languages again. This is a topic every time. Now, I'm talking about languages today. I'm talking about, there is a discussion about input versus output. Alright? Some people say it's very important to focus on the input you're receiving as far as listening and reading. Okay? Some people say this is the most important. Okay? Some people say it's more important to focus on your output, such as your speaking and your writing. Now, Steve Kaufman is a very large proponent of the input method. Alright? It's like do a lot of reading, do a lot of listening. Okay? Other people say it's very important to focus on correct output, like a lot of output. Okay? Now, what are my thoughts and feelings on this? My thoughts and feelings begin by saying that it depends on what your language learning goals are. Okay? If my goals in a language are to be able to understand the news, to be able to read a newspaper, to be able to read a novel, it's very important to practice doing those things in the form of input. If I want to be able to listen to the news, I have to listen and understand. I have to listen to a lot of news before I can start understanding that. If I want to read a book, let's say a piece of fiction, like a novel, I have to read a lot of books and study a lot of vocabulary to do that. This requires a lot of input. Okay? This would be me agreeing with Steve Kaufman. And in my own personal use, I basically do a flood of input. Okay? Because like almost all the languages I learn them to reach a high level. I want to be advanced and converse with people, understand movies and news, and read books and magazines. Okay? Okay, now, so, what's the point of all this? Alright? Some people, when they learn a language, do not have these goals. Okay? Me, for example, I'm interested in a language called Kurmanji. Okay? It is an Iranian dialect. Basically, it's an Iranian language. It's related to Persian and Pashto, and it's spoken in eastern Turkey and like some regions like this. Okay, some people call it Kurdish. All right, call it what you will. I call it Kurmanji or Kurdish, whatever. So I do not want to be functional in this language to a high ability. I don't want to understand like fast conversations. I don't want to be able to read newspapers or books. But I would like to have basic phrases and basic understanding of the grammar and structure of the language. Okay? So and it is possible I will be doing this later, learning this language, or about this language, but I will not be conversing, I will not be doing high-level things. So with this goal in mind, I will not learn it the same as I'm learning Turkish right now. Learning Turkish, I do a lot of input, reading, listening, because I want to reach a high level. Kurdish, I will not do this because I do not want to reach a high level, and plus materials are lacking anyway. Okay? Now, another thing that has been discussed widely in like academia is extensive reading. Okay? Extensive reading is basically just read a lot. Okay? Like you just read a lot, and this way you're learning vocabulary and context. It's just great. It's like fun. It should be basically for pleasure. Like you read an easy book for pleasure that you can understand. Another academic concept is I-1. Okay? It's basically like you read stuff that you can understand. It's not hard. Okay? It's kind of interesting stuff. Alright? So basically, this is what I'm talking about right now. This is my summary. Okay? What are your goals in learning the language? Do you want to reach a high level? If you do, you need to practice doing the things you want to do. Okay? If you want to reach an intermediate or low level, don't worry about learning like 10,000 vocabulary words. Okay? In addition to this, there's the concepts of extensive reading and I-1. I'd also like to mention extensive listening. Okay? No one talks about this, or that I've heard in like journals and papers, but extensive listening is the same concept as extensive reading. You just listen to a lot of stuff. Okay? This is all for now. Leave your thoughts and comments. Thanks for watching.